Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Set Magazine, where I am your co-host, Miss Pink. Today, we have a very special guest for you. Today, we have Magic from Underworld MC. Please, let us know. Let us know about your club, Magic. Hi, Underworld. First of all, hi, Underworld.
Hey, what up? What up? How you doing?
Hi.
What up? How you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
Good. I'm good. Thanks for the opportunity. Set Magazine in Pink holding us down, showing us love. Our party coming up. So I really appreciate this interview.
Okay. Okay. So we have you today. Who do we have next to you?
My
We
two
have
brothers.
you, Magic. We have your brothers there. Who are they? Say
To my
your
left,
name. Say your name.
Casper. To my right is Rhythm.
Okay. Hi, you guys. I didn't hear a hello. Did I hear a hello from you guys?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hi, hi, hi. Okay, okay. So yeah, you do have your anniversary coming up soon. How long has it been? How long? What's the
16,
year?
16 long years.
Wow, 16 years. That's amazing. That's amazing. Whew. I would like to know. I would like to get all in your business for the most part. Um, so Underworld is the name of your club. You've been a president for how long have you been a president for?
Since 2010.
2010. Okay, that's cool.
Had to move,
Um, I'm sorry.
had to move up the ranks.
Okay, so as part of the MC culture, you started out, of course, prospecting. What was the prospecting like for you? How did you start out? How did this all
I'm
start for you?
one of the original founders, so I ain't had to do no prospecting. So when we put it
Okay,
together, started out our team from the beginning, and we worked from there.
okay, okay, okay. How long? Okay, so since 2010, you guys been aboard.
Yeah,
Um,
2006.
six. I'm sorry, I'm having trouble with the hearing. I'm sorry. 2006. You said 2006.
Yeah, 2006. That's when we started.
Okay, okay, okay. So your club. How many miles did you put in? What was the what like what first of all, what states? I see that you guys always out there doing your thing. Y'all ride from state to state. Like what is like one of your favorite states that you like to go visit?
It don't matter. We go everywhere. We hit any state. It don't matter. Um, we hit North Carolina heavy. Um, we do Atlanta sometimes. We got a
Hmm.
chapter in Maryland, so Maryland is second home.
Okay. Okay, okay. Um so being a part of this MC life and this MC culture, um what does being a biker, what does that mean to you as far as how can I say this? Like you are what does first of all what does being a biker mean to you?
It's a culture. It's a way of life. I like to show love to other clubs. My team like to show love to other clubs. You you hit these states, you hit these miles, you build bridges, you talk, you
Mhm.
socialize. You make friends, you make bonds, you make a lot of memories. That's like the biggest thing. A lot of memories.
Okay. Okay. Being a president, that's like the most hardest job in America. Like what does the presidency means to you? Like how does your club protocol like is as far as like bylaws are concerned? We all have bylaws. When bylaws are broken or isn't up kept, like what is the recommendation of how do you handle it? How do you handle when protocol isn't in place? How do you handle that?
Well, you have penalties for it. What you
Mhm.
set forth on your bylaws or your rules is
Mhm.
what keeps your team, your club in order. So
Mhm.
no matter what position, it's all about the rules. The
Mhm.
rules keep the team, the club in order. There's
Mhm.
no ends, no gray area. It's either this or it's that. Nobody
Okay.
and nobody's above the rules.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Cool. Um. I don't. As far as like bylaws and stuff is concerned, it's like it's either this or it's either that. Either that. When how hard it's penalties. Of course, everybody has penalties that they have to pay. Um. But when a rule is broken, like do you do MC culture, right? Do you sit them down for a while, or is it just like, okay, you pay a penalty and we all come back together later? Like how does that go? How does it go?
The MC is different, so it depends on their club, but you have fines, you have suspensions,
Mm-hmm.
your ass to get kicked out too. So
Okay.
it
Is it
depends
like
on the infraction.
okay. Okay, yeah, I was gonna ask, is it like a chain of command? Like first time a rule is broken, this happened, second time this happened, and three and the
It shouldn't
third
be no
time
second time
sit
because
down.
we corrected the first time. It shouldn't be no
Okay.
second time. So it's
Mm-hmm.
you have to
Mm-hmm.
learn from your mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't be doing things. There's rules in place for a reason. So it shouldn't be no second time.
Okay, okay.
But you do have stiffer penalties and you have softer penalties. So if that's what you're getting at, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Like an example of penalties, of soft and heightened penalties. What would you say they be? What that look like?
I don't know, not doing your miles in my club. In my club, you got to do your
Okay.
miles. So
Okay.
you don't make the miles, then you get a penalty.
Okay. I like that. Okay. Yeah, because for first of all, I know that you're a club that definitely you guys are everywhere. Every time I turn around, y'all gone. Y'all somewhere else. It's like, where y'all this weekend? You're not here because y'all somewhere else. So I definitely like that. I definitely appreciate that. I definitely look up and admire that. Shout out to you
Thank you.
guys. Shout out to you guys for putting those miles in all the time. Um, would you um would you recommend the life that you live? Like, do you have any family members that's a part of your club?
Do I have any what
Family members. I'm sorry, family members that's a part of your
in the
club.
club?
Yeah.
No, I don't have any. No.
Okay. Would you recommend your family members to come if they wanted to be a part? Because I know everybody see you like you're like Batman. Like every time I see you, I'm like you're like a superhero. You're like going. It's like you look cool. Yeah, like yeah, club just be doing your thing. Like so,
I'm
it's just
not
like
by myself though. These guys be with me. They just not me.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
It's not just me. I don't be by myself. These guys be
I
with
mean
me.
y'all. I
Yeah.
mean y'all.
Okay. All right.
Mhm.
It's always
Y'all.
us. Us.
Mhm.
We. That's how we do it.
Y'all look like superheroes. So I see y'all all around, like everywhere. It's like, damn, I see you every once in a while because I see you once in a blue moon because you're always gone. You guys are always gone. So just like damn, but I see you on social media. I see you outside somewhere taking pictures. Like damn, y'all in freaking North Carolina today. Like damn, like okay. Like nobody even know that y'all left, but y'all there, yeah, in North Carolina. So I mean, like, would you recommend like me looking on the outside, looking at you guys? It's like y'all look like superheroes, and it's like if I wanted to be a part of Underworld, not me per se, but I'm talking about other people that watch y'all, that admire y'all, that kind of love this culture as well. If they were to see y'all and I'm like, hey, Magic, I want to join the club, and if it's happened to be a family member, like, would you recommend like come aboard, like come join us?
We don't have a problem with no one joining.
Mm-hmm.
But we have some standards.
Mm-hmm.
Trust,
Mm-hmm.
loyalty.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have to ride the bike. We don't
Mm-hmm.
play that part. So
Mm-hmm.
don't come over here to try to be just be part of the in crowd. Like, nah, you got to ride the bike.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm. So most importantly is putting that miles in your club
yeah,
is
putting
putting
miles
them
in trust
putting
and
them
loyalty.
and loyalty. Okay, most importantly. Okay, okay, okay. So you've been 16 years.
16.
16 long and strong years.
Very hard, strong. 16 years. Yeah,
Okay.
it's not
Uh,
easy.
Yeah, it's just like to hear like that the many years, like to hear that, it's just like wow, 16 years. Like I've been a part of a club for 16 years, and it's like that's a quite long time, like quite a long time. And
Mhm.
it's like that's blood, that's sweat, that's tears, that's a lot of things. Aggravation, frustration, everything that you can name, and great times as well. Like I heard you mention earlier, it's like the ride outs, just going from state to state is like memories, like enjoying the memories of the culture. Um, would you say, I'm sorry, would you say that putting in that many, like what was like the toughest thing that you had to face, as far as like what would you say was, give me an example of the toughest thing that you had to face, just 16 years. 16 years being a part of this, six, and within 16 years. One of the most toughest things.
Um, One of the toughest things. When clubs go through a problem where you're almost ready to quit and end it, that's very
Mhm.
hard because your passion or your love for this
Mhm. Mhm.
mess with your mind and your heart,
Mhm.
and you do that many years, you tend to love your brothers and sisters, and
Mhm.
you come to a point sometime where you can you have to stay true to the MC and you got to put your feelings to the side. So that's like a tough, is a hard like seesaw to deal with, like business versus, how you feel about those people.
Mhm.
So I would say for me, those are the hard parts. When it's
Mhm.
the regular riding in the business and somebody fucking up and things like that, that's nothing. It's like
Mhm.
bonds that you build, but then sometimes people cross it and you might have to remove them. That's the
Mhm.
hardest thing because you maybe
Mhm.
them for 10 years, hard body, and you might have to tell them, you got to get the fuck out of here.
Right.
It is.
Does your club ever intervene in your family life? Like, does it ever cross, like, does things ever go wrong within your family life being a part of your MC life versus your family life? Do they ever clash?
For me, I can manage mines and keep it separate, but some people can't, and it's
Mhm.
very hard to do it the way we.
Mhm.
But the way we do it, some people can do it, but the way we do it is hard because it's a lot of time, it's money, it's
Mhm.
physical, to be able to. It's a hard balance, definitely a hard balance.
Mhm. Okay. Okay, yeah, I can imagine. I see I see like little memes or whatever sometimes with when it comes to MC life and family life, and people that have like significant others, or wives or girlfriends. It's just like, oh, I'm on my bike today, and like leave me alone. It's like my bike comes first. F you, get out of here. Yeah, you go your way while I go over here. Sometimes like I love you, you my lady, but I'm riding today. So, I want to know, like, how does that go sometimes when people are in relationships and kids and family are involved with your MC life, you know?
Speaking
It's
of scheduling,
uh-huh.
you have to schedule everything
Mhm.
in advance and understand what you have to do. Job,
Mhm.
parents, kids, stuff like
Mhm.
that. You have to schedule. If you think you're gonna do it on a whim, that's where you're gonna go wrong.
Mhm. Mhm. Okay. So 16 years as a biker. I know as a motorcyclist, like you guys, y'all pretty much have a certain way how y'all live a life. Y'all have a lifestyle that you guys live. As far as other divisions or so, like, do you guys have an auto club or a social club?
No, we just have
No.
another chapter in Maryland, Baltimore,
Okay.
Maryland.
You have another. Okay. What are your views and your thoughts about social clubs and auto clubs?
Don't have no problem with that. They part of the set, especially in New York.
Mhm.
For Underworld, we don't have no social club and no auto clubs, but
Mhm.
you know they participate as well as everybody.
Okay. Because being that I'm a social club, um, how do you feel like I'm asking for our social clubs.
I'm glad I ain't
Um,
wrong against social clubs now.
now, how do you feel like social clubs can help like a motor MC lifestyle? Like, how do you feel like we can help?
They
What is it?
social clubs
Mhm,
always help. Sometimes y'all the backbone of the MC. Y'all
mhm,
charities and things around the clubhouse. Sometimes even transportation. If we out on that road, sometimes y'all the ones that pull up in them trucks. So
mhm,
clubs are very important.
mhm. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Um, so okay, moving on. Well, so again, y'all been outside for 16 years. Not outside. Y'all been shaking and baking for 16. I want to get more into like body bylaws. I'm sorry. Bylaws. I know we touched a little basis about it before. Um bylaws and protocols. Can you explain like the difference between a bylaw and a protocol within your club?
A difference.
The
What you mean?
difference. Like bylaws and protocol with
Trains to
your
my club.
mhm,
Protocol is like on the set. It's certain things you do and you don't do.
mhm,
Right. Protocols is like universal.
mhm, mhm. So okay. Yeah, I just wanted to I wanted to get into the difference between the two. Have you guys ever sponsored a club?
No,
Do y'all believe in sponsorship?
never had to cross that bridge.
Okay. So what are if any event like the opportunity was to present itself and somebody like, hey, we are a newly MC club and we kind of want to come under you guys and show us the way, and like how would you be receptive to that?
Oh, teaching is always, I was taught, my brothers are been taught, you taught every day, we still being taught. So teaching the next person is nothing. You always want to pass that knowledge because if nobody gave me the knowledge or them the knowledge, we wouldn't be here doing what we do now. So
Mhm.
take that time out and that pride, put that pride aside to give us that education we needed. Or
Mhm.
that's like, you're doing something wrong.
Mhm. What would you say your club's alma mater is? Like you're saying, like the brotherhood towards your club. You being the president is everybody has like a club's saying or alma mater as far as this is what we live by, this is what we do. Like in a few words, like what would you say your club alma mater is?
What y'all call it? What y'all think? It's usually miles riding. Yeah.
So Miles, riding,
Mhm.
loyalty, and a
Loyalty,
brotherhood.
your family, right? The time we spend, right? Yeah. Right. You
The
got my
bonding.
yeah, you got my back.
Like
Be it
Mhm.
12 of us or 20 of us, you got my back.
I learned more about people just being on the road with them, just being around them on a once or twice a week basis. We were together for a whole weekend. I know your ins and outs.
Mhm.
A lot of people don't know their members because they don't know their ins and outs.
Mhm.
Certain,
Mhm.
okay, you like honey mustard, you like ranch. You know what I'm saying? I know you're gonna be one up early, polishing your bike. It's just things we do.
Mhm.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Main things help.
Like, yo, you figure out like what everybody likes, what they like to eat, what they allergic to,
Mhm.
peeves, like how
Mhm.
you ride. Like, like when we riding, we know to hold our lane, even if we all switch lanes together. Like we all gonna bang like that same opening on the highway, but we know like, yo, we're not gonna cut off the next member. We're gonna let them do their move first, and they're gonna make sure that that opening stays open for us.
Okay.
The more you ride together, the more you figure out how everybody is on their bike.
Mhm. Okay.
So
I
at the
like that. So
they's trying to say you need chemistry. And that's what it is. That's chemistry from
mhm.
personal off the bike and then on the bike. It creates
Mhm.
the bond and the trust for doing
Mhm.
what we do on the road.
Mhm. So you guys ride together. Y'all eat together. Y'all do mostly everything with each other.
We just
That's
did
what.
it together.
Huh?
We just did a wedding together. We do everything. All categories, we do it.
Right. Shout out one of your members just got married as well.
Right.
Yeah. So y'all all attended the wedding.
That's right.
Okay. Congratulations. Congratulations to you guys. When one get married, y'all all get married. Congratulations to all of you.
Younger sister.
Congratulations. Um. Okay. A lot of people. A lot of people go off of like support clubs or things like that. However, you guys are part of the Ghetto Coalition. Y'all are not a support club. Y'all are ghetto for the most part, to my understanding. Yeah, ghetto, right? You're not a support club. How is being ghetto, Ghetto Coalition? How? What does that mean to you being a part of ghetto?
That's another family, you know. That's another people that got your back. You know, we do
Mhm.
things also, big charities. We do a pamper run, we do a toy run.
Mhm.
There's things that we do together with them also, you know.
Mhm.
Extended family. That's basically what it is. Extended family.
Mhm. Shout out to ghetto.
No doubt.
Shout out. Shout out. Um. So what else? What else? Okay, so yes, you guys also have a 16 years anniversary coming up soon. Where is it at? What y'all doing? What's the expectations? What's going on with your
November,
anniversary? Hmm.
November 5th. The main event is November 5th. November 4th, we have our meet and greet at Still Horses Clubhouse. We do that every year. Gonna have free jerk chicken. You come in,
Oh,
drink, party with us. We're gonna have a few buses pull up. You're gonna have a lot of out of town. You're gonna have in town. Just come in peace and have a good time.
mhm,
Everybody's welcome. You know, we move with everybody. You know,
mhm.
just don't come in with bullshit.
Okay. As far as the out of towners that's coming, they are stationed at hotels and stuff like that. You got them set up with hotels and all of that.
In hotels, and you know they come to have a good time. They come to fellowship with us, and they're not looking
Hmm.
for fuck shit. So keep that whatever y'all got going on. Keep that wherever y'all got it going on. Do not bring that to Underworld door. Neither night, Friday or Saturday. Neither night. Give us.
Okay.
We give everybody respect.
Okay. Cool.
Going back home to spend time.
Um,
Just
I'm sorry.
go with your memories. We want everybody to go
Oh,
back
with the memories.
to the party. Just have a good time and leave with your memories.
Okay. 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 You have any special guests or anybody performing or anything like that?
You know, K Stars MCing, DJ Snap is DJing, DJ King is DJing. They hold the party down and they do that part for us.
Okay. Okay. You got some heavy hitters. Okay. It's gonna be lit. I for one will be there
Thank
doing
you.
a tootsie roll in the middle of the floor. um. Okay. So I have. I'm just trying to do a rundown. Um. 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 uh, man. Um. How long have you guys I know you've been 16 years. Like when did you decide to join like ghetto? When was the how long have you been a part of the ghetto? I'm just
Two,
doing random
two,
questions, sorry.
2009.
Okay. That's so you guys been there as long as okay. You started basically
Yeah, almost
in
a
the
year.
ghetto. Okay. You
Yeah.
started. Okay. Um what advice do you have for other MCs that's coming along? What would you tell a MC club that's coming if they come look seek your guidance? What would you tell them? What would you tell them as that's a part of the culture? Like how would you I mean sponsor. I'm not using the word sponsor, but how would you explain to them, or how would you guide them as far as them wanting to be a part of the lifestyle? What would stick out to you for you to what advice would you give to them
Don't
as
be in
far
a
as wanting to be here? Hmm.
don't be in a rush. Stick for quality people. Um, don't worry about numbers. And you build, brick by brick.
Hmm. Numbers. It's funny that you say numbers. A lot of people, from as far as what I'm told, is like numbers. Like I keep hearing numbers, numbers, numbers all across the board. Um, what does that mean to you? Like numbers? Like it's not like what quality over quantity, or like everybody's numbers, numbers, numbers. Like it something that make it look good, but like you said earlier, like your brothers, yeah, that they don't like honey mustard or they chicken strips or whatever you used. Your brothers, but numbers. A lot of people like numbers because it might look good. What do you think about numbers opposed to just like my brotherhood?
For
Like,
Underworld, it's not about numbers. It's about
mm-hmm,
the quality of that person.
mm-hmm,
That's how we stay the way we are.
mm-hmm,
Numbers, sometimes give you more problems, but
mm-hmm,
yeah, it look good on paper, look good in pictures, look good on the road sometimes. But if I'm on the road and I got 40 members, but I don't even really know those half the club like that, maybe don't even know his last name. That's a
mm-hmm,
so
mm-hmm.
I'd rather stay small numbers and have quality people with me than have
Mhm,
harbor people and I don't know much about them.
mhm,
Want me to know much?
mhm. As a as a president, um, I know you guys are on the road a lot. Um, but do you like delegate members to stay behind, or do all of you guys always ride out to wherever? Do you delegate some members to stay behind?
As a club, yes, we
Mhm,
do.
mhm,
Be it their work, family situations, or whatever's going on. Sometimes, we have local events that we're trying to hit, so someone has to stay behind and handle the local business, and then some
mhm,
be on the road, and then
mhm,
some can't do it nothing because of whatever their responsibilities at that time. So you hold them down for that time. When they get right, then they jump on board and either they out of town or they're gonna hold down something locally. That's
mhm.
why you
Okay.
can't do it by yourself.
Miscommunication, right? There's a lot of people see bikers or whatever, they automatically they get some people that doesn't know about the culture, they kind of get intimidated or scared or whatever the case may be. What would you say is the miscommunication about being like MC about this biker culture?
Watch too many movies. They watch too many
Uh-huh.
and they think everybody's a gang. Everybody's not a gang, it's a club. And
Mhm.
when you get that kind of negative aura about you, so it's very hard to change people's thought process. But what I've
Mhm.
learned by traveling and getting on that road, um, things happen to regular people in their cars or whatever. And then when that biker shows up and he's a lawyer, that biker shows up, he's a doctor, and he help these people, it changes their life big time.
Mhm.
Their life,
Mhm.
they look at bikers totally different. Um,
Mhm.
I had a member that passed away, um, oh, '08, I believe it was '08. And the church had maybe 150 church members. They looked at us like we was crazy, and they didn't understand how the guy name is Mello, and he played the piano, he played the guitar. He was a very outgoing church person, and they didn't know this side of the life that he did. But then when we showed up and we had the same amount of love and respect for that man, the same way they did, but they didn't want to embrace us being there. And then they
Mhm.
realized we wasn't going nowhere. And
Mhm.
we said a few kind words, and then the community also showed up, and came to the funeral, and it was in January 17th, about 23 degrees, but then you got about 100 bikes out there to guide him to the cemetery. So we know we changed maybe 150 church members' thoughts about bikers. So different things like that will change the thought process of regular people that don't have no understanding of what we do, and that we are fathers, brothers, good citizens. Everybody's not out here shooting and killing and selling shit, you know, things like that. That's what they think because they watch movies. That's
Mm-hmm.
my brothers are, and that's not who people are on this set. Met a lot of good people on this set. High jobs, low jobs, everything.
Okay. Wow. That's amazing. I was like, wow, 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 wow. Um, so so yeah, like the reputation. I appreciate that you said that. Because just being a part of a social club, when people see me with the vest on or whatever, automatically it's just like sometimes they step out the way. I'm like, first of all, we're a social club. And I know I look cute in my black and all of that, my little red and all of that. But we're part of a social club. But it's just the thought process of it, like, oh my gosh, like, do you ride bikes? Do you do this? Do you do that? It's like questions. People are interested in hearing what, this culture means, or, or so, but they don't understand it. They automatically look at it as a gang. What is the difference between a gang and a club? What would you say is the difference between a gang and a club?
Violence.
Violence.
Yeah.
Violence. Okay. Okay. So, okay. You want to elaborate like a little bit more, like violence.
Nah.
That's violence, just violence. And that's the one who part? The gang part?
Correct.
Okay. All right, all right. Okay. Okay. Um yeah, so let's see.
Hey, Pink, can I ask the fellas a question real quick?
Absolutely.
All right, because you know this Underworld Ryderz MC, and we know that MC stands for Motorcycle Club, and of course, motorcycles. You know what I'm saying? So we know y'all fellas, I'm sure all y'all fellas sitting there riding 1000s and better, right? Y'all look like that type.
Sometimes you
Hmm.
got multiple bikes in the crew.
No
We
doubt.
got
So,
cruisers, we got 600s, you got 750s, you got 1000s. It don't matter. As long as you ride, as long as you're on the horse, we don't care.
no doubt. So listen, everyone who's here at the round table, let's break it down. Magic, let's talk about your first bike. Let's talk about what you're riding now, brother.
My first bike was a Honda 929, then I moved to a 954, then I moved to a 1000.
Mo-
That first 1000, I put 68,000 miles on.
All Hondas?
All Honda.
Okay.
And then last year I finally changed. When COVID hit, couldn't find a bike, couldn't find another Honda. It didn't matter. I needed a bike. And I had to move to a S1000 BMW.
Okay. So how was that transition, man?
It's cool. A lot of power. I like it.
Is it more like is it more sophisticated? We talk about all
Yeah,
digital.
it
I
got
know
a lot
there's
of computer shit on it.
ABS
Yeah.
and
My guy to
rain
my left,
modes.
yeah, I got to deal with this guy to my left. He has a Beamer.
Okay, Casper,
He's
you got the Beamer too, man.
Yeah, he's the problem. He's the problem.
No doubt. Okay, so you're on the Beamer now. Are you going to stay with the Beamer, or are we going to go back to the Honda, bro?
Oh, it's me. I think if I get another bike, usually I have 2 or 3 bikes. When I get this second bike, I might keep a Honda. I got to learn a little bit more about this Beamer, being I do a lot of traveling. I want to see if she can take that type of beating. I know the Honda can, but I got to figure out if this Beamer can take that type of beating.
Okay, but so I'm listening to you, but I haven't heard you say anything about getting a hog or an Indian. So, like, are those brands just out of the conversation, bro? Like, you're not doing the cruiser?
Our patch has a cruiser on it. We had cruisers in the club before. I had a Boulevard,
Okay.
109, for a couple of years. Then when Cat started getting it, I got rid of it. But I was gonna get a bigger cruiser at one time, but things happened. I couldn't get it. But
Okay.
in our club, is no reason you can't have no hog. Any big bike, bags, whatever the hell y'all
Is some of
want.
y'all fellas, are y'all guys right? Are more of your members buying hogs? I feel like that's the trend nowadays.
Right.
A lot of guys are just hogging up and getting their hogs, or they're Indians. Are y'all
We got a
guys
few
moving
guys that
towards
have
that? Or y'all
cruisers.
like staying on those street bikes?
Both. We both.
Okay.
Yeah, they got
Okay.
both. You can play. They can play. When they want to play, and cruise when they want to cruise. We got it. We got both. We're trying to do best of both worlds.
No doubt, no doubt. What about you, Casper? Talk to the people, man.
First bike was a R6.
Okay,
My second bike was a R1.
okay.
Got another R1 after that. Then I bought the actually I had a bad accident with the second R1.
Okay.
Ended up buying the S1000RR maybe like 4 months later. I was still broken up. I had to get back on. It was either I get back on or I'm afraid like, yo, it'll probably scare me forever. Quicker you get back on, the less fear you got.
So did you ever have a point in which you felt like, I'm just not gonna do this. I'm good with this bike shit. I had my bike, I did my speeds, I bust my ass really bad. Maybe I should give this shit a break. Did that run through your mind, bro?
I mean, people try to get in my head. Like a lot of people try to get in my head, like, yo, give it up. But once you're in this life, it's like, yo, the love you get, the love you give, the experiences you have with everyone around you. It's like you can't give this up, man. It's hard. It's extremely difficult.
Indeed. Indeed. How about you? Do you feel like hey Pink, while you're here, make sure you check those comments. We have a lot of people checking in, Pink. But listen, are you planning on after this so you're still on the Beamer right now, right?
Actually the Beamer got stolen last month.
Oh wow.
So I had to put my track bike on the street. I'm riding my R6 right now.
Okay.
It'll be a 2022 or 2023 S1000 coming out real soon.
Okay, but you're not talking that hard talk either, brother. So like what's going on? We're gonna stay with. Well, a lot of guys keep their street bike. Now a lot of guys I see keep their street bike and get a hog. You know what I'm saying? But I haven't heard you say anything about getting a cruiser. Just
I'm not ready for the cruise yet. If I want to be comfortable and sit in traffic, I'm gonna have AC in my car. I'll sit in traffic in a car. Like, it's nothing against the people with the hogs. Like, I see people whip those shits in and out of traffic. But
what about the comfortability factor? I know y'all brothers ride. I know y'all go from like here to Maryland, from New York to Maryland. Y'all go from New York to Atlanta. What about just the comfortability factor? Riding that cruiser, going that far.
I mean, the more you ride your sport bike, the more you get comfortable on it. You get used to it.
You built different for it. I'm about to go to Tampa. 2 weeks.
Okay. And you take it
1,100 miles.
So you going to
On
Tampa in
bike.
2 weeks on your
Even New York
BMW.
on the sport bike through the weather. Yeah, that's what
Wow. So tell us about that trip real quick. Is this like I'm gonna ride 8 hours? Not even that. Of course you're gonna gas up, but are we gonna do a hotel night? Are we gonna spend a night in Atlanta?
No, not going. I might do it coming back because you after the party and all that. That's a little different. But going straight down.
But listen, I got to ask you this question though. But what about the fatigue factor, man? I mean, I understand y'all want to get there,
yeah,
but what about just after a while, just the tediousness of just being on the road for hours and hours and hours.
Yeah, but you do it enough, your body comes. It deals with it, and it's not easy. I'm not going to sit here in front. It's not easy, but that's what I ride. That's what my guys ride, and we're gonna pull up in their backyard in Tampa on a sport bike.
What's the occasion?
The club is Next Level.
Okay.
In Tampa, and we're gonna go fellowship with those guys down there.
Okay.
Trying to bridge a gap from the on the East Coast, from Florida to New York. That's in all the states in between. So that's what we're doing.
Okay.
Trying to make moves.
So listen. So I'm gonna throw this out there for those who may not know. So Underworld Ryderz is riding all the way down to Florida to chill and support and party with Next Level MC, right?
Correct.
Now, do y'all guys expect them to do the same in return on their bikes? Like, is that how bike stuff works? Like, all right, I came to y'all on, I rode down to y'all. Are you gonna ride down to us? Or is that something that just happens? You don't have to speak on it.
Sometimes for some clubs it does, but you can't expect that. Some parties are like New York, we in the November. It's a funny month. It might snow, and it might have snow for 3 states under us. So you don't want no one to lose their life or put them in danger. So we get people around the country from all type of states that might fly in. There's nothing wrong with that. We have a winter party. But if we had a summer party, they probably would pull up on that horse.
No doubt, no doubt. How about you, Rhythm? Talk to the people, man. I just saw Rhythm. Shit, I see him all the time. I'm not gonna tell you where, but Rhythm, I just told you. I see you zooming by on that long straighter bay. And, you know what I'm saying? And it's a sweet spot, like not too far from Howard Beach. I'll just say
No
that.
doubt, no doubt.
You know what I'm
You already
saying?
know.
But Rhythm, talk to the people, man. What you ride? Matter of fact, tell us about your first bike and tell us about what you ride now. Or you could just run through the bikes you've had, brother.
Nah, I gotta laugh. My first bike was a '93 Pearl White Honda Interceptor.
Talk to the people about the
Now-
Interceptor. Look, for those who never heard of that bike, tell us more about that bike. How's it look? Like is it carburetor?
It's-
What's happening?
The bike is a carburetor bike, but it's like what do you call it? What is it, sports cruiser?
People about the Interceptor. Look, for those who never heard of that.
Seat alone. But I was a nut. I just do everything on that bike. I used to go 172 on that bike easy.
You said 172?
Yeah.
Wow. So I mean, like, I'm gonna keep it real. I love speed, man. That's one thing about me. I love speed too. But in those days, where were you turning up like that? The 172? Are we talking about the same roads? We talking about like Southern
It's on the
State,
same roads.
same
Now-
shit. LIE,
now-
Grand Central.
I'm gonna tell you, I grew up around the Grand Central.
Okay.
So everybody know that Grand Central gas station right by Francis Lewis.
Mm-hmm.
That was a knee drag session at night.
Mm.
I used to run them dudes back in the days. The best year we had running was 1997. They paved every highway over in the city.
So hold on, you've been riding since '97 on these
No,
streets?
I've been riding since I was 13.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? I was on the track 3 years before I even got on the street.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I was in Englishtown. I was in Millville.
So we talking about like the Grudge, the straight. We talking about when you say the track, Englishtown is straight, right? Like drag.
You got straight ways and you got curves.
Oh, you got
Just
curves
like-
out there too?
Like Millville, yeah.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, before I knew about the street, I was always on the track. I was a teenager. You don't need a license on the track. That's why I always went to the track. Once I got on the street, I had to learn a whole new life. It's totally different from being on a track because now you got cars, you got trucks, you got people that can drive, people that can't drive, people that do retarded stuff all the time. I mean, I'll be honest. Over all the years, I tell you honestly, bikes wise, I've had every bike except a Suzuki sport bike.
Oh, so you never had a Gixxer?
Never had a Gixxer.
Okay.
My biggest bike, I think I was a CBR XX Blackbird back in '96.
You
I
look
got
good
rid
for
of
your age, brother.
I got rid of it for a reason.
You
When it
remember-
came out with boosters, it was a wrap. I got tired of people dudes with boosters want to race me. I got tired of it.
So listen, through the years, man, I'm not sure if you told us what you're riding now, but before you even get to what you're riding now, through the years, you gotta give us like your favorite year, make, and model that you had. Like, damn, I can get loose on this bike. Like, I knew this bike like the back of my hand, and I wish they kept it going type shit.
My '07 R1.
Okay.
And the apple red. Had it chromed out. That R1 was like riding a 600. I love that bike.
You said the 07?
'07.
Interesting. Well, I know that the Yamaha riders, they're kind of like the Honda riders. They're really faithful. Honda riders usually stay with Honda.
Well,
them Yami riders stay with
I
them
tell you
Yamis.
what it is. Anybody that rides an R1 knows you ride the bike. You ride the bike.
Break that down, bro, for those who don't know.
You
Come on.
ride the
Come
bike.
on now.
Basically,
Talk to
let
us.
me explain something to you.
Mhm.
R1s, imagine those he had an O2. The O2s used to jump right up as soon as you hit the throttle. You know what I'm saying? If you know how to ride that R1, it's unforgiving. The 07. I had an 07, but the O2 was just come right up easy.
Was it O2 carburetor or fuel injected?
It was fuel injected, matter of fact. Yeah.
So you talking about basically as soon as you let off that clutch, bing,
Right.
Better
Jump right.
respect the clutch and the
Right.
throttle, of course.
Right.
Okay.
He wasn't ready for it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I had Cowies. Like I said, I had GX10, GX9.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's all about, like I tell anybody, it's not the bike, it's all about the rider. It's all where your spirit's at. If you built for that, you're gonna ride that. Any real rider knows. If you built for that, you're gonna ride that all day.
So listen, in the early days when you were riding, you know, obviously you're doing your speed thing, you were young, but when did you start to enjoy riding with a group of people like far? When did you get into the riding in formation states?
Well, I tell you, I'll be honest with you. I mean, like, the reason I started riding the bike mostly is because of my uncle, because he was in the club in Alabama.
Shout the club out, bro, if you know.
I can't remember the name of the song.
Right.
But
Big
you know
up
what I'm saying?
big up to the whole Alabama set for sure.
But basically, that's how I actually got in the lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? He used to take me on the set. You know what I'm saying? He used to teach me protocols. You know, protocols that still to this day exist. That's why I said protocols are universal.
Was this in New York or Alabama?
This is Alabama.
Okay, so you were introduced to the bike set in Alabama as a young man.
Right.
Okay.
And like coming back to New York when I got my first bike, you know, I got my first bike from this mechanic used to work at New York Motorcycles. And I just see this bike, see him, what he did on this bike. And I'm sitting up here like, it's incredible because like I'm watching a 400-pound man wheelie a 500-pound bike. And I was just mesmerized like, well, you know, how do you ride the bike? And when he told me he was like about to sell the bike and get something bigger, I was like, okay, all right, I'm going to jump on it because I know you're a mechanic, you know your work, your bike, you know what you do. That's what it is. And after that, it was a wrap. You know, I did the Need for Speed thing. I've been to 180 Club at a younger age.
Did you learn how to ride? Did your uncle teach you how to ride in Alabama? So when you came up to New York, you already kind of knew how
Here's
it
the funny
worked?
thing. My uncle, this is how my uncle taught me how to ride. He just said, because he just got me on the bike. He said, listen, don't drop my bike. He knows I love just watching him ride the bikes. I just watched him. I'm one of the people like, you know, if I watch you see what you do, I can emulate that. So he had a kickstart Yamaha.
Come on, bro. You're
Now-
taking it so back
now-
that you have to break down. When you say a kickstart Yamaha,
Kickstart, you had
talk to those who
jump
don't know
up
about
and
that.
Jump down on that kick that to start the bike. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And basically it was like, listen, you just told me the basic simples. Wherever you look, that's where you're gonna go. You want to slow down? Hit that clutch and learn how and throttle down.
No doubt.
Basically. That's basically how he taught me how to ride. If my mother found out, she would have been upset. My mother didn't find out I had a bike, so I bought one when I was 17. You know, but basically is I always loved riding. I mean, I was around where dudes used to race on Rockaway, right there off of right where Burger King and Rockaway is. Used to race on that strip going towards the Rockaway Turnpike. I grew up around them dudes. You know, shout out to the mechanic at the time. His name was Highway. He lived around my way. He had a shop over there.
Big up, Howard. Big up.
You know what I'm saying? I remember when Steel Horses first started back in '99. Remember when they first started? You know, that's my basic knowledge of growing around certain clubs in the city. You know, and like I ain't gonna lie, my first club was called Six and Better.
Okay. What year was that, bro?
That was around '09.
09.
Started Six and Better.
Okay, 09.
Right.
So basically you've just been riding, but you just never been riding on a motorcycle set
I was
until
never-
09.
I was always riding as an independent. I was never in a club.
Okay. What got
That's
you
it.
what got you into it, bro?
I always do protocols. Basically, it was
Who introduced you to the set, I should say?
well, I had a coworker
Okay.
tell me, listen, I'm starting a club, whatever. And at that point in time, he knew I need something to keep me focused at the time. I was going through
Okay.
madness at work and dealing
Okay.
with a lot of stuff on my own. So he was like, yo, I'm gonna get you over here. I'm going to, you know what I'm saying, get you focused. Because he knew I always rode.
Okay.
He see me on the bike. Before I even got to the club, he always see me on the bike. But what it was is once I get into a club, then you know, structure, I already knew about structures of clubs. But the whole thing was when they brought me in, they really didn't prospect me because they knew my extensive knowledge on certain things. They knew I know how to handle myself. I'm not that I'm not that greenhorn that's gonna go into a clubhouse and put my back on the bar. I was never that type. A lot of dudes don't know about it. You put your back on the bar, you buying for everybody.
Facts.
Hmm.
So basically is the president of the club, saying, me and him had a bond where he understood that I'm down to ride. Saying? I mean, I love being local sometimes, but I love distance.
Oh, you like? Oh, so you love distance.
Oh, I love
So
distance.
you love distance on your street bike.
Oh yeah.
So y'all guys are really die hard with the street bikes, man.
I do 10,000 plus a year on a street bike. Easy. I'm telling you who actually I love for doing what he do. OD.
Oh yeah, OD.
OD.
For those who don't know about OD, tell the people about OD, brother.
OD.
Yes, sir.
This man, I watch this man ride distance all over this country. He's always on his bike, no matter how the temperature is, whatever. And he, he was my inspiration more. Once I got in the club, he was my inspiration more because I'm like, I know this man rode from Long Island to Alaska. With Steel Horse, East Coast, West Coast. He rode from New York to Vegas. That's what he do.
He's in the club too, right?
Right.
Let's shout this club out real quick, bro.
Triple X.
Triple X MC. I think they're from Long Island.
Triple X Ryderz.
Triple X Ryderz. Oh yeah,
Long
yeah.
Island.
Big up to the other Triple X as well.
Right. This one is Long Island.
Okay, no doubt. OD, big up, bro. I know OD is a Cowie man, die hard, right?
Yeah,
right.
Many Cowies.
Was he like on a 1400 now?
14 now. Yeah.
All right, cool.
I was there when he put over 100,000 on the ZX14.
ZX14R.
Mm.
That big shit.
I seen some pictures of him on Facebook with his bike with like mad luggage strapped to the back. Just regular shit though. That's his thing. That's a fact. So
I can give you a crazy story about OD. OD and a dude named Crazy Horse. Back in around, I think it was like 07, the New York set, we did a fundraiser for them for tires and oil changes and stuff because the West Coast thought that that the East Coast didn't ride like that. So we sent 2 representatives across the state.
Talk to the mic a little bit, bro.
Sent 2 representatives, which was Crazy Horse and OD, to Cali.
Cali.
Yeah.
Because the West Coast was acting like we wouldn't hit Cali.
Exactly.
Okay.
And so this is 07. And we did a big fundraiser for those guys.
Oh, wow.
Gave them money for tires and oil changes for them to make it over there. So they did it in a little under 3 days. They took 4 days to come back, but they did it. They caught a couple of tickets, but they was moving. They got on that side. And my friends on the West Coast said, yo, your boys really did pull up.
That's what's up, bro.
So OD is that dude.
That's a big fact. Big shout to OD. We see you, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's a blessing to have you on the New York set. You know what I'm saying? We know you traveler, bro. God bless. You know what I'm saying? Pink, you still with us?
Yes, I'm here.
Well, Pink, I gotta ask you.
Sev, if y'all see OD, make sure y'all get his moonshine, all right?
Moonshine.
Make sure y'all get his moonshine.
Okay. I didn't even know that. Okay.
Don't get on the bike right after though.
It's like that?
Yo, it's serious. It's good though.
OD, next time you pull up, man, I'm sure I'll see you at Underworld's party, bro. So make sure you bring some of that moonshine, brother, for sure. But speaking of Underworld's party, I'm gonna say this real quick because I know that I believe before the pandemic, I was at your party, and actually worked with Top Shotter at your party.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say this much about y'all guys. One thing I love about your parties, the fact that you see so many faces from all over the country. And as a brother who's been on the New York bike set since 09 and stuff like that, we always pretty much knew Underworld for just hitting events all over the place. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna ask you this question, Magic, and I'm gonna take it back there. You know what I'm saying? I got a trivia question too. Let me get this out of the way real quick. If anybody who's watching this knows what club I was in when I first joined the set, I have a free Bruno Judo hoodie for you. And there's another one over there, a white one next to Casper. All right, a reflective hoodie. So if anyone remembers, not anyone on the panel, but because I remember meeting y'all brothers when I was actually in the club. I was a PRO of the club at the time. And y'all used to have a bike night right there in Bushwick on Hart.
Yeah.
And we talked, that had to be like 2010, possibly 11.
08 to 2010.
Wow. And that was an ill spot too.
Yeah.
You know
Upstairs
what I'm saying?
and downstairs.
It's a big fact. So back to my question, being that y'all brothers actually are all over the place, people come see y'all from all over. Let's talk about like the illest annuals. Give us like two that y'all been through the years outside of New York. Like y'all went there and like, I can't believe this shit was like this.
King of the South.
King of the South. Are we talking about Atlanta?
Yes.
Oh.
Mother Chef.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you get a year of the most epic party?
It's every year. It's every year, bro.
Big up King of the South. Big up. And big up to Set Magazine Atlanta as well. Mocha, we see you. So basically, so you saying that King of the South, I guess those like the illest party in the country?
Yeah. It's a whole week almost. It's crazy. It's like partying in Green Acres, bro.
Wow.
It's like partying that whole parking lot of Green Acres.
Interesting. So and everyone just like I'm assuming it's just good vibes only.
Good vibes.
Good vibes
Love,
only.
no bullshit, no violence. Just everybody came to fellowship and have fun. That's it.
Right.
So we all know King of the South is located in the party you're talking about is in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Okay. I believe that's their mother chapter?
Yes.
All right, cool. So let's talk about one of y'all favorite cities, destinations that y'all have ridden to. Like, damn, I can't believe this city's that nice. You know, you went there on the strength on a motorcycle set, or you went there, with your boys, or you went there to an annual or whatever the heck. But what city made y'all like, oh shit, I like the city. I can actually live here type shit.
I would say, and I think he would say also Arizona.
Arizona.
Arizona was the shit for us. We did a lot of riding out there. It's a carry state.
Okay, hold on. So basically, everybody's out there riding with their grip on their hip.
Man, they got everything.
Okay.
They got everything. And,
I love that shit. I ain't gonna hold you.
Their sweepers and their curves are crazy. It was a good time over there. Real good time.
What about the heat aspect? Because we all know when you're riding bike. Well, I know that they're long roads and shit. You keep your bike cool. But what about the heat aspect as you riding? Is Arizona like straightaway shit, or we talking about tumbleweeds and dirt?
Nah, it got everything, but that tumbleweed and that temperature do get up there. Yeah, 160. I think the hottest I seen the temperature that weekend that we was there, 116 degrees.
Right. Wow. So y'all guys are out in Arizona, and the temperature was 116 degrees, and y'all had your bikes out there.
Correct.
So did y'all actually ride?
No.
So how does that? What's the safe temperature to actually ride when you understand like Arizona, man?
What?
The safe temperature.
Shit. It's like 90 something at 8 o'clock. It's no safe, but if you're gonna come outside, you gotta come outside. It's like you're still gonna put your stuff on. We wore our stuff because that dirt, that kind of gravel, it kicks up.
Actually, yeah, we went. That's what they had. The 100 year.
Which club did you go out there to support in Arizona?
What's it? The Cats?
No, actually, it was Steel Horses East Coast West Coast.
Oh, East Coast West Coast.
Okay, East Coast West Coast. The Steel Horses event.
Right.
So you just said something like so y'all guys are on street bikes. Y'all out there in hot ass weather, and you said something about dirt. It's like a lot of dirt. Like how does that work, bro? You got to be careful riding out there. Like what goes on?
They just had a 100-year storm, like maybe a week or 2 weeks before we got out there.
Mm-hmm. So talking to Mike, bro, so we can hear you.
They had a 100-year storm. So basically, Arizona. You're gonna see mostly sand. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
They had a little debris like wood, whatever, but it was mostly sand. So if The first run we went on, they took us to a freshwater lake. It was like sand walls. You only had one speed bump on the whole thing. It was nice. Going in, you took it easy. Coming out, we was at a buck 10 or better.
Mm.
But if you don't remember that speed bump, it's like you're gonna be airborne. That's what it was.
I got actually another question. So, being that y'all ride all over the place, east to west, north and south, which state do you have to worry about because the cops are just like real extra?
Oh, definitely,
Virginia.
definitely VA. Definitely VA.
Everyone says VA.
Definitely VA. Baby.
Everyone.
Virginia, bro. No, hands down, Virginia, man. Virginia.
But I don't understand it.
They hide up in people's yard, bro. Like they behind walls. They in your grass. They in those like blind things. They face against traffic. They do everything, bro. Everything.
That's crazy. Because VA is a gun state, right?
Mm.
And there are a lot of soldiers and retired soldiers and military all over. But why do they act like that,
it's a
man?
commonwealth. They have their own rules.
You have some local people that think they are the cops that do the same.
Yeah, they cut us off. Yeah, they definitely cut us off.
Yeah. You have civilians that take the law in their
Are you
hands.
serious?
Oh yeah.
We try to go around.
You got Karens and Kens and all that shit out there?
All day.
Trying to get involved in other people's business?
Most
Correct.
definitely.
Correct. It happened to us multiple times.
When you guys visit another state, do you guys let the town know that you're coming, or you just come and visit bars? How does that go?
Nah, we ain't let nobody know nothing. We just pulling up.
Okay.
Hold on, no
Okay.
checking
Are
in?
they are they always are they welcoming when you guys come, or are they like what's the temperature like?
I only can speak for Underworld. I don't know about other clubs, but I only speak for Underworld. When we pull up, we get love from the top to the bottom.
Okay. Yeah.
Are any of y'all guys Magic, are you a founder of Underworld?
Correct. Yes.
Oh, interesting.
One of three.
One
One
of
of two. Well, I'm the third one, and there's two more.
Okay, cool. So, one thing I forgot to mention that y'all guys actually have chapters in other parts of the country. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay, so let's talk about your other chapters real quick, man. Where besides New York?
Baltimore, Maryland.
Okay,
We
be
have a
more.
chapter there right now.
Okay.
We had a few others back in the days, but that's our one existing right now.
Okay.
Doing well.
So being that y'all guys and B-more is actually, on your motorcycle, what Baltimore's about from New York about 2.5 hours, 3 hours?
3.5.
Okay. So do y'all guys actually get together or maybe meet in the middle sometimes and hit events like we have New York here, we have
all day, all the time,
all the time,
or just have lunch.
Okay, but listen, big up your Baltimore team real quick, your Prez and whoever you like, man. Big them up, bro.
Tank, Rick, OC Tone, Slow Motion, Scooter, Textbook, and Primo.
Okay. Indeed. Big up the Underworld Ryderz.
Right?
Yeah, DMV area.
Yeah.
Big up.
They holding it down there.
Big up. Listen, y'all, I know a lot of people been leaving comments and stuff, and I have to apologize for not actually acknowledging y'all. We are definitely streaming all over the place. We on YouTube. We on Facebook as well. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to try to get to the comments and stuff like that. But it's definitely a pleasure having these brothers in the building.
Thanks for the opportunity, man. Appreciate it.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Okay. All right, bro. I see we still live on the joint.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I gotta see what's going on. But listen, we actually have a surprise guest coming in as well. He's actually a big dog in Brooklyn, I should say. You know what I'm saying? And he actually just had a big party at Missouri. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna get the brother up in there. Bro, when you ready, man, check in, man, so we can get you up in there. You know what I'm saying? So but otherwise, let's talk about your party. that's coming up. Can we have the date on your party and location?
November 5th, Missouri. November 4th is our meet and greet at Steel Horses.
Okay, so for those who know about Amazuro is a big concert hall located in Queens, New York.
Correct.
And you still have time to actually get there. Right? Are y'all guys still selling tickets?
Yeah, we still got tickets. We still got tickets.
Okay, how about the hotel availability?
Well, we have 2 hotels sold out.
Mm.
I don't think we need a third. I haven't been hit up, so I'm hoping we okay. The love and the support that the people are pushing out this year is is big. We didn't know we was gonna need 2. We usually have 2, but they both sold out. I don't know if we might need 3 this year.
Been away for 2 years.
Yeah. COVID in 2
Since
years.
COVID,
Yeah,
2 years.
been quiet for 2 years.
So let me ask you a question. One thing I think I remember is that your club, being that you actually hosting so many people from all over the country, what do you do to actually keep them busy or entertained, or do you like y'all guys travel, so y'all know how to do it. Y'all been to big parties, y'all seen smooth shit, y'all seen bullshit, so y'all guys know how to roll out the red carpet. You know what I'm saying? So not to get into your private things, but I'm sure you keep your guests busy or entertained, or some of them coming to New York and they want to hit Manhattan per se, or do some shopping. How do you work with your people when they come in to visit? Do you keep them busy as well?
Yeah, some of them come early than Friday, and you just have to be available to them because when my guys on the road, if we make that phone call, they come to us no matter what state we might be in. If we stuck on the road with a bike problem, people across this country show us love heavy. They get out their bed 3 in the morning, argue with their significant others, and they will come get Underworld off that road. They will house our bike, send us in a rental car back home, drive you, whatever. They've shown us love in so many states that when Underworld have a problem and we make a phone call, they hold us down. So we have to show them that type of love when they come in this way.
Indeed. Listen, you know what? I almost wore my Brooklyn shirt today. I swear to God. I said, let me just throw this on. Why? Because this episode of Live in the Set is definitely on some Brooklyn shit right now. I'm gonna tell you why. Because Underworld Ryderz is the Brooklyn club. They throw one of the biggest parties at Amazero in Brooklyn. Amazero.
Queens.
Oh yes, in Queens. Okay, excuse me. But we also brought a big dog in here who just had a party. Another Brooklyn brother who just had a party in Amazura, last weekend?
Yeah.
And it was Ram. So basically, Magic and your crew, y'all know how it is to get in at Amazura. But also the brother Stunt Hood knows as well. Because he just had his big party. What up, Stunt? Talk to the people.
First, I gotta figure out how to cut this shit on. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you, bro.
Yeah, what's going on, Seb? What's good, man?
Peace.
What up, Stunt? What's good?
Another day.
Peace and blessings, man. We want you to come in. We on some Brooklyn shit right now. And Underworld Ryderz in the building. They kill Amazero every year. Y'all guys just, y'all killed it last weekend, so we had to bring you in for a little recap, man. Talk to us, man. Y'all guys both know how to pack Amazura, bro. Like, everyone can't pack Amazura. And Magic, am I right?
Correct.
It's
a different beast, yo. People
different
that try
beast.
to take that on, I don't advise it. It's very hard to do it.
That's a fact. Stunt, talk to us about Amazero, man. What went on last weekend, man? Give us a little recap, brother.
I mean, first and foremost, shout out to the whole city, but Brooklyn runs this New York shit, man. So, shout out to all the Brooklyn clubs out there, man. I mean, Underworld definitely got the event coming up, and it was a great weekend last weekend. You know what I mean? But what I really like about just the set, man, is no matter what's going on, man, Brooklyn hold down Brooklyn. So, I respect it. You know what I mean? That's just how it is, man. But like I said, shout out to the city, man. But ain't too many other clubs other than Brooklyn clubs ramming that door in Missouri, man. So
Hold on, now, I never heard that one. So ain't too many clubs other than Brooklyn clubs that ram at Missouri. We got some footage playing right now too for your party, bro.
I mean,
Wow.
other clubs that have done it, but you know, if you
Yeah.
just look at the consistency of some of the Brooklyn clubs up there, I mean, out there, period, man, just nonstop. I mean, I know there's a lot of clubs in New York, but some of the clubs that have been doing it for 15 plus years, man, all coming out of Brooklyn. So I gotta shout that out.
No doubt. No doubt. So listen, we can't forget about the headliner, bro. We know you had Mano in the building. I noticed the second time you had Mano in the building too, but both times were lit. You know what I'm saying? So how'd that play out getting Mano to come perform at Hood, man, at your annual, bro?
I mean, it's we got a good relationship. We all from the same hood. You know what I mean? Number
Okay.
one, from Nostrand Avenue, you know what I mean? So some of us from hood, you know what I mean? So we had to go Brooklyn, right? You know what I mean? Him really being a strong factor of the New York MC set, not motorcycle set, but as far as rap game, him playing a major role in some of the collaboration and togetherness that New York has. It was only right, you know what I mean, to bring Mano on the stage and have him perform. There was a lot of artists that we could have did, but it just felt right bringing, what he called himself, the KOB, King of Brooklyn, to the stage. So it was pretty cool. We've done business with him in the past. And he's just a great dude, number one. You know what I mean? Number two, solid cat, man. If you ever had a conversation with him, man, just real street dude who just represents togetherness and unity. Even though, the rap game is competitive, he's really big on Brooklyn, fucking with Brooklyn, and New York fucking with New York. So we had to bring him to the front stage.
No doubt. And I think Mano rides as well, right? I seen him on the KLR in the video.
Yeah, I
Does
mean,
a KLR count in motorcycle club culture? A KLR 650? Does that count, bro?
You good?
You get on the K? We can ride a K?
Yeah,
Well,
yes.
borderline, talk to us, man.
I don't know how far you could go with it. You can ride it.
That's a fact.
You're not gonna have a neck where you get where you're going, but you could definitely ride that shit.
That's a big fact. Big up to all my brothers on KLRs. I'm on the K myself, and but I'm gonna pick up an Africa Twin though. I'm gonna get that Honda. You know what I'm saying? It's like a KLR on steroids. You know what I'm saying? But first of all, big up to the whole hood. Stunt. It's definitely a pleasure having you in the building. It's definitely a pleasure having Magic and Underworld in the building, having two big seasoned Brooklyn clubs in the building. So let me ask you a question. So what do y'all guys see going on in the near future in Brooklyn? You know what I'm saying? I remember, I'm gonna take it back real quick. When I first came on the bike set, we used to and that was in '09. And so some of our spots was like Solar Soul and Transit Wheelers Clubhouse and what's it? Oh God, the Lab, right? Casey Hideaway, the Lab. So what do y'all guys see going on in Brooklyn going forward? Y'all are Brooklyn guys, two Brooklyn clubs, been here, I think both of y'all over 15 years, right? All right, cool. So what's going on? What do y'all guys see, as far as the set going forward, man? How's Brooklyn going to be looking in another 5 years? Are all the young guys are going to be riding hogs? Like, what's going on, man?
Yeah. Look, I think in Brooklyn, number one, we got work to do, right? You know what I mean? Even though it's a solid borough, there's a lot of work to do. There's a lot of relationships that got to be repaired out there. You know what I mean? That I think, as we grew older, I think some of us lost the way. You know what I mean? And what I mean lost the way is oftentimes a lot of people get cocky, and it's okay to be cocky, man, but there's definitely got to be some type of unification amongst all of us. You know what I mean? Some understanding. And I think sometimes or somewhere down the line, there's been a lot of that loss. So I think Brooklyn in 5 years is definitely going to still be strong. But I think it's really going to come down to a lot of us sitting down and just putting some of the BS aside of what's going on around the MC set as a whole, you know what I mean, and just sticking together. Whether that's sport bike, whether that's hog, I think all of us want the same, right? We all want to ride, you know what I mean? Not me per se, but a lot of my brothers want to chase booty, you know what I mean? And that's just what the New York set and the MC set of the whole is, man, right? Like, you know what I mean? You go out, you ride your motorcycle, you have fun, you party, you do you, however way that may be, and you want to make it home at night. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of us have taken that for granted. You know, as you start to lose a lot of people you love, you know, that are on this set, and you realize that, man, every time I turn that key, there's a possibility I ain't gonna go home. Then all that other bullshit, you know, we could sit down and talk about that. You know what I'm saying? Because tomorrow's not promised. You know what I mean? And that's just the reality of it. So for me, you know, I see the Brooklyn set in 5 years definitely remaining strong, but I think it's going to take some of us to humble ourselves and sit down at the table and say, yo, things have got way out of whack. You know what I'm saying? Some of this shit on the set, honestly, it ain't got nothing to do with motorcycles, man. You know, a lot of it is unnecessary BS, man. So I think once we all come to that, I think we could definitely do some wonders back on the Brooklyn set.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna say two things. When it comes to this bike set, I think that everyone is here, of course, for the love of two wheels. But at the end of the day, everyone goes where they feel comfortable. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be an outlaw, God bless. If you want to be in a female bike club, God bless. If you want to stay independent, God bless. Or if you want to be in a co-ed club, all right, God bless. But my thing is, I'm gonna ask this real quick. You know, being that y'all brothers are both from Brooklyn, I mean, at the end of the day, y'all guys are only a phone call away. You know what I'm saying? Y'all grown men, man. So I'm sure Brooklyn, that's easy, man, for y'all brothers just to talk to each other and just be like, you know what, we gonna let's get it back, or let's just smooth it out, or let's just lay back, or whatever the hell. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking forward to that conversation. You know what I'm saying, with y'all brothers. As you say, you want to take Brooklyn back, Stunt. You know what I'm saying? I think it's easy, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of good dudes like Magic, you know, his club, the brothers sitting here, yourself, you know, D over at Steel Horses, just brothers in Brooklyn, man. So I'm sure that's gonna be easy for y'all guys just to plan some fly shit in the future, you know.
For sure.
Yo, Stunt, let me ask you another question, man. I just, you know what I just thought about, what y'all haven't done in a while. As I remember, y'all guys used to go up to Yonkers, right? Didn't y'all have a big barbecue in Yonkers like every year, something like that?
Yep.
Okay, what's going on with that? We gonna bring that back, bro?
Yeah, we got to work on that, man. You know, unfortunately, after when COVID hit, there was a lot of restrictions on how many people could be in a park and things of that nature, man. That barbecue was pretty big every year. That was the King James Memorial Barbecue. So, you know, last year PD put a restriction on us of 100 people, and we just couldn't do 100 people. We couldn't commit to that. You know, in the past we've committed to 250, and then, you know, unfortunately we get a conversation the next day that it was more than 250 there. You violated, and now we got to pay additional fees and stuff of that nature. So it all depends on, you know, what Westchester County is allowing. You know, if they're allowing 500 on a permit, then that's perfect. But, you know, if they're going to do anything less than 200, then we can't commit to it. But we're looking forward to bringing that back next year. The reality too, man, is when you have that many bikers, if you can't promise that PD is not going to harass folks, you know, they're not going to be all over folks, it's not something I want to do. You know what I mean? The last thing I want is someone on their way to my event get harassed and they bike taken. Because if you've been to Yonkers, there's really only one way to get to that park, right? So if you're trapped off going to the park, you're done. It's a wrap, right? So, and you know, other than that, I just don't want anyone coming to an event and being harassed. When you came to an event, you leave without your bike. So if we can't promise that, then we won't do it.
Let me ask y'all guys a question. Speaking on the relationship with NYPD and a black bike clubs in our city. You would think by now that the NYPD would see, you know, cuts. They see a brother ride, or a sister with a license. Isn't there like a rule that like the cops kind of leave bike clubs alone? Like, bike clubs don't ride ATVs. Bike clubs don't wheelie in the streets and do reckless shit. But do the cops actually give bike clubs like a different look rather than just regular independent, young dudes riding around on dirt bikes and shit like that?
Not always. You know, honestly, and I'll be very transparent. The problem becomes you can't tell the difference. And you know,
Is that one?
even with even with the, look, and I think someone said it earlier, right? When you talk about like protocol and things of that nature, but there's in certain areas of the country, there's rules. When you're out wilding out and things of that nature, you don't rock a vest, right? Because you don't want to send that bad publicity to someone's cut. Unfortunately in New York, people just do what they do, right? And all it takes is one, a-hole cop, you know what I mean, to feel away about someone getting away from him. And unfortunately, they can't tell the difference of the patch on the back. They just know the person got on the vest. And usually that next person, if and I'm not picking on slow people, but if you're the guy that's the slowest, unfortunately, you're going to pay the price, right? You know what I mean? And unfortunately, that's how the police look at us. It's no different than how we look at PD. You know what I mean? One a-hole cop, unfortunately, the whole damn police force is a-holes to us, man. So that's just the reality of it, man. Unfortunately, I wish they did look at us differently. Some of us have individual relationships, but as a whole, you ride a motorcycle, man, you're all one community to them.
No doubt. That's sad but true. But listen, bro, I'm gonna shout you out real quick because I gotta salute you. I actually sent you a text about this. And I appreciate you having the Set magazine at your annual taking pictures. You know what I'm saying? And as we were editing those pictures, we just saw a lot of diversity, bro. Like, I mean, I'm gonna salute you. I've seen Dominican flags, I've seen Puerto Rican flags. I see you got white brothers, you got black brothers, you got West Indian brothers. Listen, man, how does that work, bro? How does that feel knowing that you have such a mixture of different, brothers and sisters in your club, bro?
I mean, look, it's a beautiful thing when everybody can come together. It's like bringing all different type of religions in the room, and they can all admit and commit to the fact that there's one God, right? Most of them can. So I think it just comes down to, it's a beautiful thing for me. When I walk in a room and I see all those different nationalities, and we all can come together, and we all can agree to respect one another, no matter our background. I mean, there's some brothers in the club that are not street dudes. There's some street dudes, but you know what I mean, there's some brothers that got good jobs, there's some brothers that don't got good jobs, right? I mean, it's just a mixture of brothers that, when we all come together, all we give a shit about is the motorcycles and the dog.
No doubt.
We don't care about nothing else. And so I think it's a beautiful thing. I got some brothers that, shit, man, they white, but they hood as hell. You know what I'm saying? They hood as hell, man. But you know what I mean? And I got some black brothers that, you would think they hood, but they ain't no hood in them, right? They grew up differently. But you know what I mean? I think in the last couple of years, we've really, explored in the Latino world, man. And we brought a lot of different, Dominican and Puerto Rican and Mexican brothers to the patch, who are just solid bros. You know what I mean? And I look, I love it. You know what I mean? When I stand in a room and we just had our national meeting, and you sit in a room with 300-400 brothers, man, and it's a mixture. It's a beautiful thing for everybody to come on one accord, man, and we can all speak to one thing. You know what I mean? And we all love it. So that's a beautiful thing for me. You know what I mean? And all the brothers that helped start the club, I think, to see where it's come from to where it is today, it's amazing sometimes. It's sometimes I don't even believe it's real, right? You know what I mean? Sometimes I gotta tell myself, like, yeah, don't get too hyped, bro. You know what I mean? That's not real. But then you get in a room with it, you realize it's real. You got to continuously humble yourself, because it's a lot of brothers that depend on you. So it's amazing. I love it.
I'm gonna ask you this question real quick. For those who don't know, I'm sure most people know in New York, the y'all guys were actually a truck club first, initially, right?
Yep.
Okay. So at what point did you say, hold on now, we got to take it to MC, or you know what, we're going to take the trucks into a different direction? At what year, what point did you say that? Because you came in, I'm sure you had an SUV, y'all guys had trucks. Trucks are heavy in them days. You know what I'm saying? But what made you say, okay, it's time to take it to two wheels?
That was always the plan. Some people probably don't remember, but back in 05, 06, I used to show up to Still Horses events. I used to hang out with one of the ladies from Still Horses, And she invited me to an event one day, and I came to the event, and I know her or whatever. She's like, man, you just can't come there wilding out. You know, you can't come here acting all wild. You got to go in there. You got to have some respect. You know, it's a different atmosphere. And we came in there, and we were like, oh man, this is pretty cool. You know what I mean? To go to an event and you spill a drink on somebody, and it's like, yo, my bad, let me buy you another drink. It didn't lead to a bottle upside your head. It was different. You know what I'm saying? Like compared to what you used to in the hood. So I really enjoyed the environment. So, you know, when we came in, reality of it is we came in as a truck club first because we had to get motorcycles, right? We had to learn how to ride them shits too. You know what I mean? So in the midst of that 2 year before we started the MC, that's what we were doing. You know what I'm saying? We was learning what we needed to learn. We were talking to who we needed to talk to. So when we did it right. You know what I mean? And we did it with respect as to how we were going to come out, who we were going to talk to, you know, who we're going to be in charge of what. You know, it was all planned out. And for anybody that know me, you know, knows that I don't do anything without a strategy, right? You know what I mean? It's just got to be a certain way or I don't want to do it. So that's really what it was, right? 2 years of, because that's all it took was 2 years before we brought it out as far as the MC piece of it. But it was legitimately, we just didn't have the money at the time, and we had to learn the right stuff to do what we needed to do to get in.
No doubt. I'm gonna ask both of your brothers a question real quick. So, what if someone wants to join your club and they don't own a motorcycle? They're like, you know what? I want to join for whatever reason. Maybe you have a family member in your club or a coworker. They want to join Underworld. They want to join Hood, but they don't have a bike yet. What do you tell them? Do you tell them, you know, do you give them a chance to buy a bike, or do you let them hang around a little bit? How does that work when someone just doesn't have a bike yet and they want to join one of your organizations?
You going first, Stunt?
Now I'll let you go, brother.
For us, you gotta have a bike. That's first and foremost.
That's a prerequisite. You gotta have a bike.
You gotta have a bike.
Okay.
Okay, so you can come around, look around, but you're not joining anything.
Do you let them wear a T-shirt or anything like that? Nothing.
No, you don't do nothing. You ain't part of the union. Nothing.
Like, how you gonna be a hang around? You can't keep up.
You're
You're not on
around
the
in
bike.
cars, like no.
Interesting. How about you, Stunt? When someone wants to join your club and they just do not have a bike yet.
Yeah, the reality of you can't join a club till you got a bike, right? But you know, for us, is a little different. Like for those who've been to those motorcycle schools, you know, the every New York motorcycle school in New York City is there's a hood rider that works in it. You know what I mean? So many times, what happens is somebody wants to learn how to ride, somebody wants to get down. You know, first thing we gonna do is send you to that school to learn how to ride. You know what I mean? You got to learn the basics, right? You know what I mean? For us, it's different, right? We got support Hood shirts. We got our fuck with the hood. So you may come around, you may hang around us. You may start to get the feel to make sure that this is something you want to be around, right? Because the motorcycle will get you in, right? But the motorcycle ain't going to keep you in. You know what I'm saying? That's the reality, right? You're going to get in and you need to make sure you fit. You know what I'm saying? You need to understand what you join because there's a commitment, right? Being part of a motorcycle club is a commitment. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, you know, everyone's significant other ain't okay with you joining the motorcycle club because it takes up so much of your time. You know what I mean? So you got to make sure you fit in, number one. But we usually allow bros to go learn how to ride. You know what I'm saying? I've had it where we've helped brothers find a motorcycle that fit them. You know what I mean? Learn to ride around on a motorcycle. They might ride around with a couple of bros, and 4 to 6 months later, they may say, "Yo, I really want to join the club. I think this is for me." You know what I mean? Now it comes other things that you do to get in. You know what I mean? There is a process, you know, once you learn how to ride to rock out. You know, so there's various levels of it. I never shined anyone away because hey, you don't ride a motorcycle, you know, because there's some good brothers out there, man, who will do whatever, you know what I mean, to be a part of what you got going on. You just got to take the time and teach them, right? You know what I mean? You want to do this, come on in, because I got good bros in the street that ride motorcycles. I can't bring them on the set. You know what I mean? I can't control them dudes. You know what I'm saying? And to a point, you know, what they do represents the brand. So there's certain people I can't allow in, but there's some bros that, you know, we could teach them the game and bring them in. And some of your best members are those ones that are just green. Like you just bring them in and just teach them everything they need to know. And they become some of the most loyal brothers out there, man. So, I mean, look, I respect how Magic's and them are doing it. You know, we may do it different. And the great thing about that is none of us are wrong.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? None of us are wrong about how we do what we do. That's the individuality of being a different patch, right? You know what I'm saying? Like it just that's just the way it goes, and that's what makes this community beautiful. You know what I'm saying? That we all could agree that, hey, the way you do it is the way you do it, the way I do it is the way I do it. You know what I mean? But we all respect each other's process.
Facts.
Indeed, indeed. I like that though. Like you said, none of y'all are wrong, but just two totally different approaches. You know, Magic's like, okay, we'll just have everything together, then we can talk. But it sounds like y'all guys kind of nurture people who are interested. That's interesting. Let me ask you a question, Stunt, while I have you here. I asked Magic this question in the brothers earlier. So being that you travel, you know, I know you have your hog. I know you ride all over the place. Give me one of your favorite destinations as far as a city that you've rode to. And you say, you know what, I could fuck around and live here. I like it that much.
Never said that about any other state. But
Such a New Yorker, right? Come on, man. So,
state.
when do you retire? You gonna retire in New York? New York.
Yeah, I'm
That's
gonna
it?
retire there too. I think my most honestly, man, you know, I've been from New York to Nebraska, you know,
Mm.
all the way across to Nebraska, New York, all the way to the bottom of Florida. And I think the funnest place I've been, you know, I appreciate is Florida. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate when you get to the top of the state and you think, you know what I mean, that you just reach wherever you're going, you got another 6 hours to go. You know what I mean? I love Florida, you know what I mean? But you know, I think that's probably the only location I've ever rode to that I'm just, yeah, I can see myself living here. You know,
Okay.
out of the Gators and the fact it rains every damn day for 2 hours. You know what I mean? It's a beautiful place to be. You know what I mean? So that would probably be that. As far as going west, ain't shit west. You know, I hated the ride. You know what I
Mm.
mean? I did it, but I hated it. It ain't nothing but corn and flat lands. So I mean, if you want interesting rides, man, south, you know, going towards Texas, you know what I mean, those are the roads that are just, you know, you just wouldn't believe what you see. You know, as you going down, you know, 81, you're cutting across 77, and you just wouldn't believe some of the beautiful, you know, pieces of this country that we have, you know, that you get, I mean, I've never stopped and took pictures, unfortunately, because I'm usually trying to get where I'm trying to go. But I've seen some beautiful locations going across the country, man, that you know, the South is just gorgeous. I mean, so if you've never done that ride going towards Texas and, you know, through Mississippi and places like that, man, I would urge you to do it.
Well, I asked Magic and his bros earlier about this. So when you ride from someplace from like here to Florida or here to Texas, like do you get a room? Do you ride for 5 hours, take a break, get something to eat, ride another 5 hours, get a room that night? Like how do y'all guys deal with long rides? I'm talking about hundreds of miles or from here to the Midwest somewhere or whatever maybe. The deep south. How do y'all guys do it? Do y'all take breaks? Do y'all get a room if it's like a long what is it from here to Florida? It's how long? It's about
Depending what part you're going.
let's just say Jacksonville. I know it's not too bad.
1100 at least. 1100
But
miles at least.
13 hours? 14 hours.
Yeah, but not on bike. It's gonna be more. You got to stop.
So
Throw that to 18.
okay. So Mr. Stun Hood, when y'all guys ride that far, especially you have a group of people, say if you have ladies riding with y'all too, per se. Do y'all guys get a room? Do y'all just plan it out like that? Or y'all guys just try to do it straight and just get there?
Yeah, 18 hours is what we push. You know, 18 hours and drop for 6. You know, you drop for 6, you get back on the scoop, you know, because most times your body only need about 5 hours to get a full rest. So you can get back on the scoot and keep it pushing. So it's about 18 hours straight for us. Um, you know, I know like when we came back from Iowa, you know, and for those of you who've never, you know, rode west in the August months, don't play yourself, man. Dress for it. That was the dumbest shit I've ever done. You know,
Talk to us. What happened, man?
yeah, I rode out to Nebraska in August, you know, and you think August is warm in New York, right? You know what I mean? We rode out there and shit. But I didn't know about the mountains. You know, when you're coming back through the mountains late at night, you know, it drops sometimes 30, 40 degrees back there. And it's unpredictable when you're going through the mountains. So if you ever riding, you know, south and you're going through 81 and you're passing through the mountains of Virginia, shit can change, right? You know what I mean? Shit just changes there at night. And we were coming back through Pennsylvania. We got to about Pittsburgh, and I promise you, man, that degrees dropped about 20, 30 degrees, man. It went from 60 to like 30 in minutes. And you know, it got to a point where my body got so cold that I had dozed for a minute. And had to pull over for a second to get my shit together. But I think I may have spent about $60-$70 on reflector jackets and wool shits out of those Love gas stations. You know what I mean? I think I bought gloves that I knew wasn't gonna work, but anything to warm up, I bought it. But that night we rolled back. Some bros did take it down in Pittsburgh. You know what I mean? Me and about 10 bros just gunned it all the way back to New York, cold and all. But some bros, you know, that was their limit. You know, they was tired, it was cold, it rained some in Illinois, it was raining a little bit, so they were wet. You know what I mean? And I think that the biggest piece of it is knowing your limit. You know what I'm saying? And riding across country, sometimes you learn your body and what you could take. So it may work 18 hours for me. It may not work 18 hours for other folks. But it's 18 hours is the limit, right? And you know, Hood Ladies has done 18 hours straight. You know what I mean? They complained, but they had to ride it, right? Like it's either ride or get fucking left. So they had to ride that shit. But you know what I mean? I think everybody has a limit and you gotta learn it. So whether you're doing 15 hours a day, some people do 12. You know what I mean? Some people do 12 and take it down, and that's cool. You know, at the end of the day, it's not about how long it took you to get there. It's just getting there. That's all that matters at the end of the day, right? You get there safely, and have a good time and make it back home to your family. So I love it, 18 hours. Don't get me wrong, but I don't eat for 18 hours. You got some people who are diabetic. They ain't having that shit. They want to eat. They want Waffle House. For some reason, everybody in New York, when they get past certain places, the Waffle House is like a fucking destination. Like we gotta go there. You know what I mean? So
$7, son. $7 a
yeah,
full
yeah,
$7.
for a steak. I swear I don't think that's steak for $7, but if that's what they think, so be it, man. But yeah, I mean, it all depends though, Sev. You know what I mean? It comes down to the rider and their abilities.
So let me ask you a question. Both of your clubs actually have ladies in the club. Am I correct? So do y'all guys, you know, when you ride with, do y'all guys ride differently when you ride with the ladies per se? I know you have at
Not
least
us.
one sister.
Yeah.
So
Our
so
founders,
so there's
not our
no
founders.
slowing down. She's been with y'all forever. She's gunning it just like y'all.
Right.
How about you, Stunt? When the ladies are riding with y'all guys, do y'all change the speed up, or y'all just always ride at a cool speed? Especially because y'all guys have Harleys and stuff like that.
Well, I mean, it's because the ladies is totally separate. Sometimes they don't even go with us. Like, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Sometimes they choose to ride when they want to ride. You know, usually when we doing long distance for safety reasons, they do go with us. But there's some of those ladies ride hard, man. I don't know if some of y'all ever rode with like that. Like that is a fucking beast. You know, what I mean? like a beast.
She gets it in. Big up to like that. Big up
Yeah,
like that.
yeah, like that is a beast. You know, Rambo's a beast. I mean, they just, you know what I mean? We just came back from Georgia and you know, we skated out of Georgia, you know, first thing in the morning. And we happened to stop in Pennsylvania just to get something to drink. And here comes this green bike flying by. We're like, well, who the fuck was that? It's like that. Like, I guess nobody realized we left her in Georgia, and she hopped on the bike and rode all the way back to up north from Georgia on herself. You know what I'm saying? So I think it all depends. If they with us, they're gonna ride like us. And that comes down to also, you know, really getting your ladies in the line and teaching them how to ride with you. You know, that's important. There's a lot of riders on the New York set that get busy. You know what I mean? They get busy, you know, I mean, and I'm talking females that some don't even be on the set anymore, like Cindy Six. You know, if you know Cindy Six is a beast. You know what I'm saying? She probably still is a beast. I don't even know if she ride anymore. But you know what I mean? She was a beast on it. So I think you can push any lady. You just got to get them in the line and teach them how to ride with the bros.
No doubt. Let me ask y'all brothers a question real quick. Do y'all guys have do you have to come into the club with a certain type of bike? Like can someone join your club riding a 300 per se?
No.
600 and better
600 and better, Magic?
for my club.
Okay. How about you, Stan?
Yeah, 600 or better.
Okay, cool. All right, interesting. So I don't know if this is a personal question, but uh, do y'all guys have, like, I know some clubs have, you have to ride a certain amount of miles each year. Do y'all guys kind of participate with that type of you know rule?
For my club, yes.
Oh, for real? Okay. Interesting. Tell us about it. What's it start? January 1st. We look at the speedometers and write down the mileage, and December is like, hold on. So that's real, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. How about you, Stunt?
Yeah, there's a 5,000 mile cap, for all membership, or you lose your patch.
Damn.
That's
That's real.
and it's not really made to force people to ride their motorcycles, just forced to just get out here and how do we bond if we never riding together? You know what I mean? So it really pushes the bros to do to bond more a lot. But yeah, it's about 5,000 miles is the cap, and we only do 6 months because of our seasons in New York. We run April to October. You know what I mean? And after October, you don't have to pull you don't have to pull your two wheels out for us. You know what I mean? It's up to you. If you want to ride your bike all year, be my guest. Um, I'm gonna tell you right now, man, I ain't got nothing to prove, man. So once it get cold, don't expect me to pull shit out.
No, it's all good, man. We know you're a Harley rider too, man. What's your, matter of fact, Stunt, I'm asking you this question like I asked these other fellas. What was your first bike, and what are you actually riding now?
Yeah, I was riding the ZX12 Cali. And I think
First bike?
yeah, that was my
ZX12?
first bike, ZX12, and then I blew the engine on that motherfucker. I think the second year I had it. Then went to a 1400, and then to the Harley. I think I put about 52,000 miles on the 1400, and then on the Harley now, and I got about, I think in the last four. Now I think I own this bike 4 years, pushing about 62,000 on it.
Yo, Stunt, I got a question. What was that first bike your first year in Myrtle? I seen you on. I
Yeah,
ain't know what that was.
12. That was the 12, man. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That was the 12.
I
I
was
dropped that shit in Myrtle, and I had to change that up because I fucked Myrtle.
You remember that night?
Yeah.
Right, I
Hold
said,
on.
what the
Let's
fuck?
talk about it. Come on, take us.
He know what year
Take
I'm
us
talking
back. Take
about.
us back, Magic. Take us back real quick, man.
Yo, we've been around each other a long time, man. I seen
Yeah.
him ride one night. He was running. I was like, what the fuck is he on? Yo.
Yeah. I was riding a 1200 Cowie, and your first year in Myrtle, you get down to Myrtle, you want to stunt. You want to stunt down there in Myrtle, and I did some shit, man, and let the clutch go.
Uh-huh.
And me and that bike went for a toss. You know,
I get that shit.
yeah. I dropped that shit in Myrtle. I was like, all right, man, I'll never do that shit again,
Never
man.
do that shit again. Yeah, some old lady asked me the other day, said, don't you be scared of falling? I said, well, when you first start riding or whatever, that's you gonna touch the ground. I don't give a fuck who you is. Everybody gonna touch that ground. Is you don't want to crash and get hurt, but you're gonna touch the ground. And that teaches you a lot after you touch that ground.
Yeah, you learn to play it off too, right? You gotta act like you hurt. Somebody
you pop, you jump up real fast. You pick up that 800-pound bike real fast. I don't know what that's about, but you get up real fast.
Yeah, that was the 12, man. And then
okay.
Fellas, it's a pleasure having y'all here. Stunt, before we go, man, I'm gonna give you the opportunity to shout out your whole team all over the place, man, if you like, bro.
Yeah, I mean, just shout out to the whole hood, man. I mean, I don't really get into specific states and things of that nature, man, but shout out to the whole hood, just for everything they do, man. I mean, we definitely gotta always appreciate the brothers that stand behind us, man, because you can't be a president without members. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the reality, man. So, the minute you start realizing that you don't run the club and they do, you just there to support them and make sure you push the agenda, and the message is the important piece. So shout out to the whole hood, and appreciate the time on here, Seb, too. And shout out to y'all Magics and Underworld, man. I'm looking forward to y'all event in November too.
No doubt. Miss Pink, we've been talking all this bike talk, but we got you back.
Yes, my apologies, you guys.
It's
My
all
apologies.
good. Do you have something to say to Stun Hill? He just chimed in. Talk to him, Miss Pink.
Yes, Stunt. I just want to say, I've been watching you for a few years. I definitely applaud your presidency and all of that. Like, salute to you, shout out to you. Keep doing what you're doing. And yeah, That's what I have to say to you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
You as well, Magic, and the whole underworld. Um, I love you guys. I see y'all at y'all event. I'll be there. And salute to you guys as well.
No doubt, no doubt,
Mhm.
no doubt. And I know y'all guys are both like in a y'all both are down with the ghetto family, right? So big
Yeah.
up the whole ghetto family. You know what I'm saying? Big family out here in New York. Big up everyone, the Hood Riders. Big up to Henrock. I just saw Henrock on IG. I know Henrock is a member, a legendary, a founder. I know he's up here from Atlanta. Henrock, big up, bro. You know what I'm saying? I know you came up here for the annual. You know what I'm saying? Big up to that team as well. But once again, y'all, we here. We live on the set. You know what I'm saying? We have some top dogs, some big guys. You know what I'm saying? From New York in the building. You know, let's not forget Underworld Ryderz annual is when again, Magic? Talk to us.
November 5th.
Okay.
Saturday, November 5th.
No doubt. Saturday, November 5th
Club
at
Missouri.
there it is. There it is. And hold on now, Pink, you have an annual coming up too, right?
Yes, yes. Our second year. It's gonna be at the Sunset House at Crazy Pistons on the 22nd.
No doubt, no doubt, no doubt. Big up to the whole We Are One family. Big up to the whole Underworld family, the whole Hood family. I see mad people in the comments. I see Big Snow checked in. I see Most Wanted checked in. I see a lot of check-ins. So we're gonna big everybody up who checked in. And sorry that we didn't get to the comments. Most Wanted, we see you. Salute. Big up to my man Pun and the whole team. And that's about it. So we're gonna leave it at that. Unless anyone wants to say anything, did we forget anything or anything like that? Pink, how you feeling? You all right, Pink?
I'm good. Before Stunt leaves. What is I don't know if y'all I got disconnected for a second, but what is your club's alma mater? Like what is it? What's your motto as far as your club is concerned?
You said the model as far as like what
What's your motto? Yeah, as far as your club is concerned.
hood or
Sorry.
not? You said the model as far as like what?
Oh, I'm sorry. Your alma mater, like your motto, like the what you live by, your what you advertise, basically for your
I,
club.
so just to kind of be clear, like it's the same as what every MC, right? Respect, honor, and loyalty. You know, those are three things we live by. You know what I mean? And that every MC should live by that. You know what I mean? Just respect, honor, and loyalty. And that's respecting those that paved the way, you know, honoring the lifestyle, you know what I mean, and being loyal to your brothers. You know what I mean? And everyone has a different definition of loyalty, but just being a real brother. And that's sometimes telling a brother when he's wrong. You know what I mean? Even when you can't tell it in front of others, man, you know, you got to pull your brother's coattail sometimes. So that's what we live by, right? Respect, honor, and loyalty.
Okay, thank you for that.
No doubt indeed. Once again, y'all, thanks for checking in. You know, we live on the set. Pink, thanks for pulling up. We appreciate you, sis. Underworld Ryderz, thanks for being in the studio. You know, we're here at Suite 401 Studio, located in Far Rockaway, Queens. So if you'd like to have your own podcast, please hit us up and we can set you up. Big up to our engineer Logic. We seen all that hood footage and pictures pulling up, Logic. I see you working back there, bro. Big up. You know what I'm saying? The Stunt, once again, big up. That party last week was legendary. You know what I'm saying? It was how y'all do. It was just you know, just real big, like how y'all do. And Underworld, I know y'all party is gonna be crazy as well. I was at the last one, it was crazy. And I know this one, especially being that the pandemic is over, I know y'all shit gonna be lit as well. You know what I'm saying? But once again, big up to everybody who checked in. You know, once again, check us out on thesetmagazine.com. You know, we're on YouTube, we on Instagram, we on Facebook. Follow these guys all over the place. You'll find them on Instagram. Both of these clubs have pages. Shout your Instagrams out, fellas.
My personal page is autonomous. I don't know if anybody can spell that.
Hold on, your personal page. Are you single? Talk to the ladies real quick.
I'm single.
Talk to the ladies,
I am
man.
single. There's gonna be a lot of females hitting on my phone. Very upset.
Oh shit. Autonomous. Yeah.
AUTONOMOUS_CAS.
No doubt.
The club's page is Underworld Ryderz MC for Instagram. Magic, you want to give them yours?
No doubt.
My Facebook is Magic Underworld. My Instagram is Magic One.
Hold on, spell your name though. It ain't regular Magic.
It's not. Yeah, my Magic is MAJIX.
There you go.
That's the difference.
Yes, sir. How about you, brother?
Mine's real simple. IG is Rhythm 101 at Rhythm 101.
Okay.
Now let me spell it because some people spell rhythm a certain different way. They'll spell regular rhythm. So it's RHYTHM 101.
There it is.
Go on the page, hit me up, see what it is.
And Stunt, I know you. I've seen your, I know your ladies have pages. Y'all guys have a page. Shout your IG out as well, big bro.
It's hood_riders_nation.
There it is. There it is. Big up. And Pink, shout yourself out before we go, sis.
Yes. You can find me at We Are One Ladies, Brooklyn SC on Instagram, or Miss Pink Prez on Instagram, personal.
There it is. So listen, we're looking forward to seeing y'all guys, everyone at Underworld's party in Amazuro, and looking forward to seeing everyone at Pink's party. And of course, we're gonna see everybody at the Doghouse. Stunt. We pull up on Wednesdays and Fridays, and now Tuesdays too. I see. You know what I'm saying? So big up to the whole hood and the whole mother chapter and everybody. And the 6-Borough Ryderz, especially. We in Far Rock right now. Big up to the Far Rockaway chapter of the Hood Riders for sure. Moo, shop, see all y'all. Big up. We out. Logic, we out, bro. Let's keep it going. And peace, y'all.
Sacrifice, nigga. My swag make y'all really mad, but pull up on me if you really bad. I keep it gripping my hip. Got another in a Louis bag. Fuck is you trying to get hit? I would suggest you get out your bag. Ho, when I shoot, I don't miss. Have your ass with a toe tag. When you approach me, ho, please do it properly. Talk to me nice. Now we ain't cool, little bitch, you are up to me. Bitch, you are up. Don't get me mad, cause then ain't no stopping me. Don't get me mad. I got niggas who will kill your whole block for me. Stone love, what's rockin'? Real rights, what's poppin'? From a city where violence ain't stopping, where bodies dropping. From a city where you can get hurt. Be 6 feet in the dirt. You'll end up on a shirt. Niggas talking about they know me. You don't know me, nigga. I don't fuck with you bitches. You are up to me. City of money and violence. New York. You can be driving through niggas who body you. Fuck you thought. Fuck who you with. Thought you was safe, but it's clear. Get killed off the rip. Just keep it cool or a slit. When you around me, ho, please don't move awkwardly. Don't do that. I told you before, little bitch, you were up to me. You were up. Bitches won't speak, but steadily watching me. Bitches keep watching me. Would I kill you just for looking, ho? Probably. I might, bitch. Wait, and your man, he a bitch. He a bitch. Still can't understand how y'all understand. He was the man in the snitch. You a fat nigga. And you know I'm the shit. And you know I'm the shit. You niggas want beef, so keep fucking with me, cause I'm ready to empty the clip.
Welcome to the life on the other side now. Never burn your soul, keep the rubber side down. Nothing more cold than them brothers right now. Choppers looking good and them colors flying out. Praise bikes up and guns down. One wheel and the cops, they don't run down. Cause the guards and the wheels don't come around. And the riders and the cast know to run a town. We'll be safe beyond the cut cause it runs deep. And the riders and the cast know to run a town. We'll be safe beyond the cut cause it runs deep. And the riders and the cast know to run a town. We'll be safe beyond the cut cause it runs deep. There's a whole lot of clubs, only one street. And as a man, you behave like you one deep. Cause when that cash be dropped, that bitch got one seat. Represent for the set magazine. Talking fights, set magazine. Chevy got a And a bitch so bad, had to pull over. Whoa. Welcome to life on the other side.